Hello everyone, this is Tim, and this is going to be a quick video in response to Same Old G, which is he's a new guy on YouTube, and there's been a lot lately that I think Eunice, aka Hammered Shit Steak, has brought into the community, which is really awesome. There's a few other ones, I'll try to link them down below. Rude Alert is one, and I can't think of a few other ones right now. Anyway. What I wanted to respond to is what Same Old G was talking. I did a video about when players have their characters do either like really off the wall things or things that maybe they're not real familiar with the game system, or basically any situation where death is looming, like right behind. And my question is, are you sure you want to do that? Which he has classified as metagaming. And to be honest, I would have never considered that thought. The reason he said it was metagaming and it was like out of character is he's a very immersive player, and he's pretty much the same mindset I think that Ander Wood WWAD is, where you want to stay in character most of the time. You want to try to reduce the out of character chatter, laughs, joking, movie quotes, that sort of stuff, and try to keep that either before or after. And as I tried to say before, is that I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just a different way of doing it, you know, no big deal. But what his video made me think of is that perhaps I am not a hater of metagaming as much as some other people are. And I would just say that perhaps I think a little bit of metagaming isn't all that bad, apparently. The reason I came up with that statement, are you sure you want to do that, when people are doing things that, you know, might kill off their character or might have, you know, serious consequences, is not to thwart the player's wishes, to thwart the player's fun, to redirect the story in any way. Because I'm all for characters doing surprising things. I'm all for characters being very proactive and making the story their own. I am not a railroad conductor in any shape, manner, or form. I'm very open-minded and open to players going in completely different ways. I love consequences of actions that I didn't see coming. Like, wow, you're going to do that to that NPC. Holy cow, that organization that he belongs to is going to try to kill you now. So, you know, things like that. Like as an example, in the Song of Ice and Fire game I'm playing, my character Burton Seitel killed off this Riverly from House Riverly, this knight, and that's going to have consequences, because I did in our dungeon, and he had eaten bread and salt, so you know I broke the laws of hospitality, which is not cool. So it's that one action is perhaps going to cause a war between two minor houses and maybe other houses that they're affiliated with. So that's a perfect example of how, you know, a GM could have said, you know, hey Tim, are you sure you want to kill this guy? You might break the laws of hospitality. And you know, Zig was pretty, you know, he just let it happen, which is cool too, you know. It's something I wanted to do. But I mainly use that statement, you know, are you sure you want to do that, for new role players, people who are just getting into the hobby, because in my mind, I can see it being very damaging if you don't. Let's say a new person comes, you know, makes a character. Perhaps you are running a very deadly game, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're running a game where, you know, the idea of death is like a 1% chance for the whole campaign. Whatever it is. Let's say they show up and, you know, they tell you they're going to do this thing like, oh, I'm going to jump down into that pit because I hear water down there. And maybe, you know as a GM that fall is about, you know, 200 yards. The fall alone might kill a first level character. So that might be a good example of, you know, let's say they do jump in. Their character might die. They might get so fed up and disgusted with the hobby that they don't ever come back. So maybe I will just re-clarify. I tend to do that statement, that out of game, out of character, metagaming type thing for new people, just to sort of help them along. In the same way, if I'm teaching someone like a board game, like Avalon Hill's Titan, which is a great game, by the way. I eventually want to do a review of it. That game can be very brutal, and if you don't know the rules, you can die the second or third turn into the game. Like, it can be... there's actually like one Titan piece that represents you as the player, and if that Titan dies, kind of like the king in chess, then you're over. You're done. So when I teach this new game to players, even if their Titan does die, I have a tendency to let them play my side, and I'll step out and just be like just help them out with the rules, help out the game, just to sort of ease the blow, I guess, of them dying off so quickly. So with metagaming, I generally, as a general rule, I don't like that. I don't like when, where it's another player is telling you, well, you don't want to move that way because attacks of opportunity and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That gets under my skin sometimes. Or just doing things that maybe their character wouldn't do because of game reasons. That stuff can get annoying to me. I don't think I like hate metagaming or whatever as much as some other people. And I don't think a little bit of metagaming, I wouldn't even call it metagaming. I would call it like, I don't know, just playing the game. Like, I think sometimes maybe immersive players get to the point where, you ignore the rules. And as a rules light guy, I do that as well, but I guess just in a different way. The rules are there. I know them inside and out because they're rules light. I ignore them if it comes down to I just don't agree with them or it doesn't fit the scene we're playing. I don't know. Sort of rambling here. I'm tired again. Didn't sleep much last night. Wes is sleeping over in the crib right over there, so hopefully it doesn't get too loud. So I guess in the end, I'm just trying to say that a little bit of metagaming isn't bad. I don't even know if I'd call it metagaming. I just call it like playing the game. There's mechanics in games that you use. Mechanics can sometimes get in the way of role-playing and role-playing out your character. Just play it by ear. And, if there's something that you don't agree with, try to do it less. That's basically it. All right, Wes looks like he's getting into trouble, so I'll leave it at that. Thanks.